Welcome to TW Sports Talk, everybody, out of Philadelphia. And here we are. Eagles are now 3-3 after a 1-3 start, three-game losing streak, back to 500 after beating the Giants and after beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this past week, which featured Nick Foles at the helm, and he played great against a pretty decent defense. And it looks like now he's going to...
Decent in that it's Darrelle Revis and nobody else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, statistically, I think they were like 13th ranked defense or something heading into the week.
Because of Darrelle Revis.
They weren't too bad.
Darrelle Revis. Darrelle Revis is helping them out.
Yeah.
Fortunately for them, they don't have an offense.
Because they haven't had an offense.
They don't have an offense.
They didn't have an offense.
But nobody else in the defense can step up.
Right. But, But
that's fine. All Revis cares about is his island. That's it. Once his island doesn't get interfered with, he's good.
Yeah.
This is a Cowboys on the losing team.
But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of question marks with Nick Foles, going for, and I think he, a little checklist. I think when you go down the board with Nick Foles, I think, some of those things, you can check off here. For one, of all guys, Riley Cooper really came alive this game.
Yes.
And he was getting some sort of separation, and
because, like I said, Darrelle Revis was not the one covering him.
Yeah, that's definitely part
Jackson
of that.
was the one who was going to cover Revis.
Right.
The only time Jackson ever got open was when, for some reason, the Bucs said, "We're going to go zone."
Right.
Screw man to man. We're going zone on these guys.
Right. And
of course, Jackson got that nice second catch.
Jackson had two nice TD catches.
But the second one,
first time in his career, they said. And
really, first time he's in a bowl.
The first time he had two touchdown catches. Yeah, I found that a little surprising too.
I found that too. He's in the league for a while.
You think he'd?
He had some Pro Bowl years, and you thought he had a couple of multi-touchdown catches there.
But and here, for the first couple new elements in this game that came out of Nick Foles, being under center. One of them I just mentioned. Riley Cooper, coming alive here. Getting a few big catches, including a big touchdown.
Yep.
Deshaun Jackson being, for the first time, being really effective in the red zone. That's something that hadn't happened.
Well, that's the thing there. Effective in the red zone there, because for most of the game stopped. I mean, he only had 64 total yards for the whole game. So,
but
again, I said you have Darrelle.
He had several catches.
You have Darrelle. He was carrying, no matter how much the guy's probably a prima donna in real life. The guy still backs up his talk, and he is a dominant corner.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for him, he has to play for a defense that, for the love of me, if he played for Seattle, with the defense they have now, I don't even need him because they got Richard Sherman and who's the other corner
maybe the best secondary in the league.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but if Darrelle was playing for Seattle or San Francisco of all teams, that's already a solid defense. That this guy, and you got pretty much an impossible defense to score.
And people questioned also in the heading into this game, because they're not really going to run an effective read option with Nick Foles.
No.
But a question would be would they be able to give LaShawn McCoy some good blocks and for good runs, and he had about 125 yards.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty.
He had a good game. Yeah. He had a solid game. So
he did get past the ball a few times.
I
think it's what you need to do.
You
gotta find some way to mix it up.
Right.
Because obviously, if Foles is not going to confuse the defense with his legs, then he's not going to. Then now you got to find a new way to try to confuse the defense.
Right.
And what would be, you'll have a shotgun, but is Foles going to stay back and block, or is he going to move out, or he's just going to hand the ball to him? So that way, his defense gets somewhat confused still.
Yeah.
And actually, also noticed the way that he also was running the up tempo. I feel like the way he's running it's a little slower than how Vic throws it, but we're still getting to the line fast.
It's still effective,
But I did feel like that our tempo was slower than Vic, which I'm not going to criticize. But that was kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I felt like we weren't getting as tired as we usually do.
Yeah.
Like
and it was hot down in Tampa Bay. You could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like mid 80s, I think they said. So, so obviously that was important. And I mean, a big thing was, last week against the Giants, all the time they're starting, Foles is starting drives, in scoring territory.
Mm-hmm.
And no, they were able to drive the ball down and, not struggle in the red zone. And that was really important.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And then, of course, you had that surprise running touchdown from Foles.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those things where
I don't
they didn't expect them to run.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And then sometimes when they you least expect it, So I mean, that was a good call.
I mean, it's almost like that John Elway. It's only the legendary John Elway game-winning touchdown drive he did against the Packers.
Yeah.
He scrambles it. Supposedly, what folded was that nobody thought old John Elway was going to scramble it into the end zone in that key of a drive, but he did, and took a hell of a hit, but the toughness of this John Elway got in the end zone. So, I mean, obviously, it's not the Foles one wasn't that epic. Nobody was near the guy when he went in.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm sitting there watching play. I'm like, you know what? That's a good call. I mean, nobody expected it.
Nobody.
He had a clear lane to run, and you don't have to be a Michael Vick to run that in. So
that was Michael Vick. It would be open either way, but the defense probably wouldn't even react fast enough anyway.
Right. So
because of that guy's legs.
Yeah. So that was good. Obviously, Foles had a great game against a decent defense. Obviously, not as. I
say a one man wrecking crew pretty much right now.
I mean, and Tampa, people say, they beat another winless team. I mean, Tampa Bay, a lot of their games have been close, and they
some say they probably should have won their first one.
Yeah, some say they should have beat the Jets, and this and that.
Someone apparently did not understand that the white line is no touchy zone.
Yeah, but I mean, the bottom line is, Foles played well against it. He did kind of answer a lot of questions here that people had coming in this game, and he played pretty well. And there's been a big QB controversy after especially
there wouldn't be one.
But now it's apparent that Vic is not going to play. That he's still kind of hobbling around in this hamstring.
Wait. That's been confirmed because I thought I still heard. I checked. It was like only I think 1 or something in the afternoon
today.
So when did you hear the news that I guess Foles is starting over there?
Yesterday, Vic kind of indicated.
Oh, okay.
That he was, he's still kind of hobbling around, and the thing is, Vic's kind of playing along with, this whole QB controversy.
Well, see, here's the thing there too, because that's Michael Vick. Until it comes out of Chip Kelly's mouth, I'm not.
Yeah. Well, the thing
and the Cowboys coming up at this point of his game this year, I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly's not going to wait till game day to make his decision. Yeah. Just because he knows this is going to confuse the hell out of the Cowboys defense already. Yeah. Because you got two different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You got a guy that could be a run threat, one who won't, and one might kill you in the passing game. Actually, I think they both can. Because I don't know why people keep saying Vic's a bad thrower. In fact, I'd say he has a stronger arm than Foles does.
Yeah.
Foles definitely is a. Yeah. That's where his strength's at is throwing the football.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say like Vic's a bad thrower. I'd say he's inconsistent sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially back in the day and that. But I would say that they're both. But no. But I would be surprised if we don't get an official announcement until game day.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, last week when asked if Vic would start, when healthy, there's Chip Kelly said yes, Michael Vick. But then after this win, he was asked, again, like if Michael Vick's healthy, will he get the start against Dallas? And Chip Kelly responded and said, "We'll evaluate it." He didn't just straight up say yes. He said,
"Yeah," but Tyler, I still think this is done as maybe a strategy against the Cowboys.
Well, possibly, but clearly he sees that Nick Foles has the hot hand here. And
well, that too, and let's also remember here every coach at press conference likes to knee jerk the media.
Yeah,
every coach does it, Tyler. They knee jerk the media there because what does the media want to hear? A quarterback controversy. So Kelly's gonna give him a quarterback controversy. He won't tell him where he's at in the controversy or if there even is a real controversy, but that's what they want to hear. They'll give it to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not Bill Belichick who just mumbles some words.
He didn't last. The thing was, he didn't last week.
Yeah, but last
was definitely.
But last week we were facing the Bucs. This week we're facing the Cowboys for a shot at winning the division.
Yeah.
For me, you don't. If Vic is 100%, you start him.
Well, the thing
I don't care what the outcry is of the fans or anything.
Well, the thing is,
he hasn't done anything to make him deserve to get benched. Nothing.
But the thing is, there's that argument. That then there's the thing is, with what we've seen from Foles, did he do enough not to get Vic benched, but to earn a spot
I think
himself?
He put pressure on Vic to perform better than the rest of either. But until Vic, as a performance standard, doesn't deserve the QB position, you start Vic.
Right. Well, I'm pretty neutral, but because I was saying before,
but that's
unless
how you grade it.
Foles, does things differently, then maybe then you stick with Vic. But in this game, Foles was driving the ball down and he was getting it in the red zone. Vic's been having trouble for whatever reason.
Let's also I think people keep forgetting it though. Although Vic maybe was still struggling in the passing game, we were up 19-7 against the Giants.
Right.
And that Giant team was wounded.
16-7, and then Foles came in. And
I'm sorry. But still, we were Vic was still somehow driving the ball on the field, maybe with his legs in that.
A lot of field.
Something tells me that they would have. He would have stayed healthy. We would have won that game.
Anyways,
bigger.
I said that.
Because for me, the Giants were dead. The only way the Giants had some momentum back because look, their backups in. We can actually maybe win this game here, and they did have the lead at one point here. Then all of a sudden, Foles finally woke up, and the defense made us a few key plays. Yeah. Granted, one was granted, I feel like maybe calls on our end too, but we were able to come back in that. But for me, it wasn't like Vic got hurt, and I think it's also the key on how he got hurt. He just got hurt pulling a hamstring. Running what everybody wants him to do, out and away from contact. Yeah. To me, I would say Foles, if he got hurt trying to make a first down play, when he should have ran out of bounds, and he did go down and took a massive hit. Because then I would have said, the guy didn't learn his lesson yet, and he might never learn his lesson, and maybe benching him will teach him that lesson. And also would maybe get away from saying, this is not Andy Reid, his best buddy, this is Chip Kelly, who has no prior relationship with this man.
Right.
But right now, he's done nothing to deserve a bench. I know that's the outcry in Philadelphia because Vic, I think, is the easiest.
I didn't think he did either, but sometimes that's the way it happened. But if he was a Peyton Manning level quarterback, then obviously, there would, without question, when he be healthy when he comes back, put him back in. That's the only problem.
I just think the problem right now is that we are close to actually a division title possibly this year. Yeah. Well, this is a big game that will definitely reflect.
But the Cowboys need this more than coming into this season. We weren't expecting a division title. Right? 3-3 right now is is pretty good.
If you mean that, and that if Dallas is making
Dallas is probably under more pressure to win.
If Dallas doesn't win the division this year, there's going to be somebody else getting axed. Obviously,
especially with the
last year it was Rob Ryan,
right? Especially with the Eagles.
This year will be Monty Kiffin. Will be Garrett. It won't be Romo because that's and I keep joking is Jerry Jones going to fire himself from the GM position because that's the only position that hasn't changed the last couple of years is Jerry Jones at GM.
Yeah.
And when you stay on that and this is why I always hated when some owners want to really get so involved in a franchise. Granted, again, the Cowboys have the most value of any NFL franchise in that, and that might be because of their massive stadium down there.
Yeah.
But still, I always joke with Bill Fike and that. I still think that Jerry's missing some. It was fun to solve a problem. Maybe he's looking something in the window. I'm not saying he needs to abandon the franchise. I'm just saying maybe he needs to step back and realize maybe he doesn't know what talent is anymore.
Right.
Now he throws in Al Davis because he says, "Well, when Al Davis, Oakland thought this was it. We could finally get a team together." And I'm like, okay, Bill, but also Oakland has a lot more issues than Dallas does. Yeah. Some people just think Dallas has a management issue. They have the talent. They just got maybe a management issue and trying to find a way to put that talent together. Dallas has talent. Oakland is still trying to find talent.
Yeah. Oakland's been direct for a while now.
Yeah. And also keep in mind, there's a big money difference here. Dallas financially can get a decent team together. Oakland, not so much. And you can also, come on, but look at the stadium's difference too. That shitty Oakland stadium that they still need to share with the Oakland Athletics when they play baseball. Most NFL franchises, I don't think even do that anymore. Yeah. Just because how does look at a baseball field in the middle of a football game? Yeah. Looks like this little professional looks like some out of high school and college possibly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. heading into this game, the feeling is that Nick Foles is going to start, and if he plays,
the only reason that I would is if Vic's not 100%.
Well, that's the vibe.
If he is 100%,
the vibe is that Vic's not going to be 100%,
and that's fine. Kelly made the smart move.
But
if he's 100%,
and
I don't care what the fans are young and Philadelphia. Vic's starting the game
in a big. This is the thing. In a big game situation, Nick Foles has a chance. If he doesn't play well and they lose, then you can simply go back to Michael Vick. But if they win, it just throws a whole nother twist to it. And
I'm just saying, Tyler, there, because to me this would be almost like when Alex Smith got hijacked by Colin Kaepernick. Smith did nothing wrong at the starting quarterback position, but he got hurt and he was out for a lot of weeks. And when Kaepernick came in, nothing changed with San Francisco there. So now Kaepernick's the starter and Smith the starter at Kansas City.
Yeah.
Which I think is one reason why Kansas City's doing so well this year, because Alex Smith was never a bad quarterback. Yeah. He never did anything bad to lose the starting position job. I think it was, once again, Jim Harbaugh maybe bought into the hype of Colin Kaepernick. And to me this year, even though the Niners made playoffs, Kaepernick has now, so far this year, has proven that he's just all hype. He's done anything to make me think he's a legitimate...
They had a bad start, but they're starting to...
The team might be playing well, but he has not shown any statistics that make me say, wow, this is a Hall of Fame Pro Bowl.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, last year, I don't know, he still led them to the
back when the read option was still, the hippie, the hoppity, and so on and that, and now almost every QB that ran it last year doesn't run it too much this year. Russell Wilson, RG3, Colin Kaepernick, Cam Newton. A lot of those QBs don't run the read option anymore. And I think a lot of that has to do
with... But they have the threat to run if they need to. That's,
as a second option.
They have that extra dimension.
So now these guys, Cam Newton can throw. I think RG3 can throw. I just, they haven't figured out all the bugs yet.
Yeah.
For the Redskins. I think Russell Wilson can throw. I just don't think he has any weapons. I think Percy Harvin healthy this year, they would be very dangerous in offense. Yeah. I don't see... When I see Kaepernick throw, it does look pretty.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying, it doesn't look pretty.
I mean, he led him to the Super Bowl. I mean, he played very well. I mean,
but
I can't see Alex Smith be that guy.
I'm just saying, they were a favorite before he was named the starter. Kaepernick, they were favored with Smith, because Smith, let's be fair, the year before,
he's a pretty mistake-free guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. But when you need him to, do things like Tom Brady and be a surgeon in big games. I don't know if he's that guy.
Colin Kaepernick's not that guy. He proved that in the Super Bowl.
Well, he led him to the Super Bowl, though.
But
in some pretty big games. I mean, Joe. I mean,
and
you got to give credit to Joe Flacco as well.
Well, I think Joe Flacco
who was doing the same.
To me, Joe Flacco has proven he is an elite quarterback. He's won in big time situations.
Yeah, I mean this. I
don't think Kaepernick's won in big time situations.
Well, he hasn't.
I think the Falcons choked in the NFC title game badly.
I don't know that.
Because that first half, he was contained, and all of a sudden that defense just couldn't stop him in the second half.
Yeah.
Now maybe, you're great, but to me, that final drive proved that this guy was not ready for the big time.
Well, I mean,
now, granted, you can blame
the Ravens' defense was.
You could also say, why the hell were they throwing on a first and goal, a second and goal, a third and goal, and a fourth and goal, and not giving it to good old Frank Gore that had a nice 20-yard run down there, first place there. And everybody keeps saying, well, the pass interference call. I don't care. You don't blame the official for losing a game.
Well, I mean, it was...
technically, you could blame even the electric box going out.
Yeah.
Because technically, that game was over by the time the second half started.
Yeah.
Because San Francisco's momentum was dead.
You could say, yeah.
They
might have changed some of it,
but to me, Kaepernick did nothing in that game, especially in the first half.
Well, he did engineer what was becoming a decent comeback. But whether the lights went off.
But I guess to get back, I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to do it. I'm just saying it's a similar scenario if Vic got benched and then traded next year.
Well, the thing is though, but the difference here though is that Vic was 1-3, and I'll even give them a 1.5 because they were winning that Giants game until Vic got hurt.
Yeah.
But I mean, here if Nick Foles and the Eagles win this week, then Foles is like undefeated this season still. You change a winning formula. That's the only.
But Tyler, Vic didn't play bad against San Diego. Our defense did.
No,
Our defense lost that game.
I'm not saying he did, but the
Kansas City, you could probably blame whenever you go see we faced a damn good defense that.
But he made a lot of stupid
and an undefeated team that I think is
has not beaten a winning team yet this season.
Yes, but they have not lost to a San Diego Chargers team like the Colts have. To me, they've won their games they were supposed to win.
There's some inconsistencies.
I mean, when you have Jim Irsay Jr. talking smack to Peyton Manning, it would have made sense if they would have blew out San Diego this week. But now the Colts have almost thrown out their whole Super Bowl chances, I think, that lost to San Diego. That it's a wake-up call to Andrew Luck and the Colts franchise to say, no game's an easy win.
Yeah.
But to me, I would say beating Houston would be a legitimate win for the Chiefs there. But at this point, anybody can beat the Texans.
Well, they're a mess.
They're a mess. To me,
they started out.
The best sign of karma though was when Shaw goes out and those horrible fans down Houston.
A few fans, not everybody, but a few fans.
They were booing it. Granted, this shit happened in Kansas City last year too. When the guy had a concussion. I mean, again, a lot of fans, I guess, get to this point here where, and you probably have this in Jacksonville, but I guess since nobody shows up in Jacksonville, you don't really need to worry about, one guy booing. It's like, okay, well, where's everybody else? But yeah, no, I mean, and JJ comes in and looks like he's going to drive down the field, and then boom, and it pick six, and that showed everybody about the whole Matt Schaub deal.
Yeah,
because to me that means there's no backup quarterback. How they start their third string at one point because it's like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's true. Sam Bradford had a great game there too, and the Rams actually are hanging in there. I mean, I actually wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Cardinals face the Seahawks tonight. I mean, really, it's a close division in the West right now. I mean, I would be surprised if the Cardinals or the Rams could maybe sneak up and maybe surprise somebody at the top. Not saying they'll make the playoffs, but they could maybe surprise somebody, maybe.
Yeah. I want to get your take on this soundbite. Okay. I don't know if you heard. Let's play it. Let's play it. We'll call it awesome or awful.
Brady's in the gun. Collie and Tompkins left. Brady throws it to the end zone for Kendall Tompkins. Leaping. Brady's back. It's a quarterback. What the hell is? New cars, still police. Where's the beat?
What do you think of that? That's did you hear it on any of the highlights on?
Oh! Trust me, nobody's shut up about this because to me this is the proof of the legend of Tom Brady is not dead this year, even though he's benched for my fantasy team because. To me, as a fantasy owner, you don't want him. I don't think he's going to produce fantasy numbers.
Yeah, it's a different fantasy.
New England, I think, could definitely show now that they are definitely a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
They're not dead.
They're 5-1, and they don't even have. They still don't have Gronkowski back.
Well get Gronkowski, Tyler.
Yeah, I mean the way they're playing.
They have a bunch of no-namers on
that's what I'm saying. And then imagine when they get Gronkowski.
But still, no wide receivers.
I know. That just goes to show you how good Tom Brady can be.
Oh, definitely. The legend of Tom Brady continues.
And with a weapon like Gronkowski, yeah, I mean,
and I think he's making fun because his last two Super Bowls he couldn't beat Eli Manning, and
no, they're not going to be in the Super Bowl.
It's a number Eli Manning this year, but I mean, obviously they face Denver in a couple weeks, and that's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah,
I would still give Denver the advantage because I think because even though I think they got a little overconfident against Jacksonville.
Yeah. I
mean, they're on, I think Jacksonville accomplished their goal. They beat the spread.
Yeah.
I mean, but
biggest spread.
But no, I do think that the Peyton Manning and Tom Brady game is going to be interesting. But for Kansas City, I look at their next 3 games. The Texans, they should win. At this point, I think Houston that's just buried.
Yeah.
To me, I think Houston just buried.
And then when Schaub was actually playing well, and then he gets hurt, and then T.J. Yates comes in.
Yeah, I don't think and. Like I said, the Chiefs' defense is amazing. Alex Smith has not made any mistakes, and once again, has a very young receiving core, much like Tom Brady does, and he's not throwing up a lot of impressive numbers either. But he's doing what he needs to do to win the game. Yeah, he's managing the game.
Win games against
After that, they get
500 or below teams.
I still think they can be 9-0. They're going to be, I think, 9-0 when they face Denver. They might also be undefeated still. I think it's going to be a closer. I think it's going to be a close game because it's going to be offense versus defense.
Let's see where the Broncos are at that point.
I do know where they're at on defense right now, Tyler. I think they're 32nd in passing.
Well, no, I mean, like, see where, like, I don't know when their bye week is, and see
Their
who's
bye week, I think, is
for them. I don't know, but
no. Well,
you know,
no, but
see
I think
where
it's like week 10 or week 11 is when they face Denver and no, I should say it's week 11 because the next 3 weeks they had, like I said, Texans. I think it's the Bills and the Browns. I might have those games mixed up or switched. But that's who they face. This is a bye week. That's the reason I might give the Chiefs an advantage. It's at Denver, but they're coming off of a bye week.
Yeah.
I think they're coming off when Denver faces New England too.
Oh yeah.
So Denver might win that game against New England, but they might be beat the hell up by then, which might just set the opportunity for.
Well,
you know what? I still think Tyler Reason you're hating on the Chiefs because Andy Reid's the head coach. That's the only reason you're hating on this team.
No, I'm not. I'm not. He took a good job. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I think people give him more credit than.
He did pick up Alex Smith, though. He was smart.
He did, yeah.
Let's be fair here, though. He could pick up any quarterback in the league. He knew they needed a quarterback.
Well,
he was one of the
better guys available.
Up on once he got pretty much sabotaged. I think Alex Smith got sabotaged twice. First, when he wanted to get Peyton Manning to go to San Francisco, and second, when he got lost his starting job, I think unfairly to Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick there. Still, he got sabotaged twice by that franchise. There. So once again, maybe a Kansas City San Francisco Super Bowl would be a great payback, maybe, because to me that's when Alex Smith might be able to outshine the guy who beat him.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't see the Chiefs making it.
No. I still have Denver, but I do have I did have the Chiefs making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whether it's as the 1 seed, the 2 seed, or a 5 seed.
Well, at this point, it's their playoff spot to lose. I mean,
definitely.
I mean,
look at the league, the schedule. I mean,
their schedule thus far. I don't know what the rest of their. I mean, they got 2 games against
They got
Denver.
a pretty good schedule coming up there. I mean, like I said, they got the next 3 look like they're winnable. That's 9-0. They got the Chiefs, the Broncos. They face the Colts. But then
the Colts, I don't know about.
But,
I mean,
then you still got a game against the Raiders and 2 against the Chargers yet. I think they face the Redskins. I think also. So it's a manageable schedule for them.
Yeah.
Definitely the talent they have on there. Like I said, Jamal Charles is a beast, and like I said, that defense is
good. But
it's very good, very good defense.
Yeah. But I mean,
something Denver lacks this year.
But it'll be interesting to see how they do against Denver.
That being said, though, Von Miller is coming back, and that might really change how good that defense might be.
Yeah.
Because Von Miller is so good, he can make any offensive line miserable.
Yeah. But I mean, other than I mean, the Chiefs haven't faced like a really great offense yet.
But still, after watching the Colts get embarrassed by the Chargers, a team that I think is average at best.
Yeah. Colts.
I mean,
maybe the Colts were coming off.
To me, it might have been a trap game because they have.
Colts came off beating Seattle the week. It's one of those things.
Well, yeah, and like I said, they have Denver coming into town next week. That's a big emotional game for Peyton Manning and so on. But at the same time, you got to win your games that you're supposed to win, and they did not show up that day against San Diego. To me, though, I mean, like for the Chiefs, they won their games. You can question the quality of their opponent. They've won their games.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Some have been very handily.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
So they're winning big against these teams too.
I just think there's some losses on the horizon for them when.
Oh no! I'm not saying 16-0, Tyler, but I do think they can. I think that as right now, based on how the defense is.
No, I mean they're pretty good.
They can compete. I think they can compete with Denver.
But I mean, they're not a Denver 6-0. I would say,
No, but I think they can compete with Denver. I think there are some matchups there.
They could be, yeah. I mean, we'll wait and see. To me,
I think Jamal Charles is better than Moreno at running back. So that's one advantage.
I mean, they haven't faced Peyton Manning yet, so
I think defensively they have an advantage, and offensively, I mean, pretty much goes all to Denver. Except I think for the running back, I give Charles over Moreno, but. And, obviously quarterback Peyton Manning is going to go over Alex Smith now. But I don't think they have any.
The Broncos don't even really need to run the football. With all the,
But they did get Moreno there. And I mean, it's because, the game was over and they needed to milk the clock there. And you can't keep throwing the football.
They can, if they have to milk the clock, they can milk it.
But, I mean, I guess for the Cowboys-Eagles game now, I mean, I still have the feeling because Dallas, to me, first of all, they did look okay. They looked very okay against the Redskins, I think. And like I said, this is still a very question-marked defense for
for Dallas.
For Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, for
too.
Philadelphia.
For Philadelphia.
It's probably gonna. It might be very well be a shootout this week.
Well, here's the thing though. If it's a shootout, and by shootout I mean if Romo has a hell of a great game like he did against Denver,
Dallas will
but Dallas wins. I mean if they come out to a big lead, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over because there's no way whether it's Foles or Vic under snap they're going to make a comeback here.
Yeah.
If it's a close game, I'm going with the Eagles then because until Romo can win in these situations here.
Romo has the tendency to, throw away a fourth quarter game, in the fourth quarter. So.
Well, I would say a game because, like I said, against Denver,
choke.
Denver was tied.
Yeah,
he just needed to get him in field goal range.
Yeah.
They had to play time to just milk that clock and kick that field goal. And what's he do? Throws a pick.
Right.
Now, almost everybody defense is defending the hell out of him for that pick. There.
Yeah.
The point is, he made a close throw that I don't think he needed to make.
Yeah.
He could have took a sack, could have threw it away. I mean, he didn't need to make that throw.
Yeah.
I mean, he had plenty of time.
Yeah.
But I think if Romo and I think he can have a good game easily against his defense.
Yeah.
Because he does have weapons. Des Bryant is a beast, and he has been this year.
Jason Witten's still good. And Eagles' defense has have trouble with tight ends too.
Yes.
Defending them.
And Jason Witten, like I said, has had a great game.
Yeah, he's still.
And Des Bryant, that secondary is still a question mark for Philadelphia. So Bryant should have a big game. I would be surprised if Miles Austin has a big game as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the only advantage is that DeMarco Murray is out.
And DeMarcus Ware on defense is out for the first time.
He said he's game time.
Yeah. Well, it would be. Yeah, he hasn't missed a game in his career.
He has his game time. The question is though, if he'll be 100% when he plays though, which means we're looking at maybe a Roddy White possibly scenario where he's just in there as like a diversion, maybe. Yeah. Like he's not going to play a major factor. But I mean, for me, I think the only advantage we really have is that I don't think we have any idea how the quarterback is this week. I mean, like I said, until it comes out of Chip Kelly's mouth, and I don't think we're going to have anything official until Sunday.
Well, I'm just saying the general vibe is that it's going to take, past this week for Vic to be 100% to rehab the hamstring.
That may be true, but like I said, until it comes out of Kelly's mouth, until it's official, like it's actually written in paper, and until ESPN can actually verify it, I think it's going to be a toss-up until Sunday.
Yeah,
I think.
And
even if Kelly does know who he's starting, he's not going to say it until Sunday.
Well, I
think he thinks this is an advantage. I think for them against once again a Cowboys defense that started out strong, but has since have gone. I feel like has deteriorated kind of a bit. Still, I think if you go defensively, I think they're better than our defense. But once again, I don't think Monty Kiffin's really fixed the problem. And although I don't even think Rob Ryan had a problem last year either. I think he did a fabulous. I think the defense is the only thing that improved for Dallas last year.
Yeah. From
previous years, the defense. Yeah. That once again signs. I think Jerry Jones has gone. From the bird's nest pretty much is that you fired the only guy who actually improved your team.
Yeah. At
least in one area there. I mean, so I mean, like I said, he's improved the Saints defense. So the Saints are glad they picked up Rob Ryan, but. I don't know. I guess we'll see how old Monty Kiffin does if he gets the Eagles, because he should be used to the Oregon offense. He was the coordinator for USC for a couple of years under his son Lane. So that might be an advantage for Dallas too, because at least he knows the offense kind of. Yeah. He's faced it with Oregon.
Well, Well, the thing is too, they play like a carbon copy of Tampa Bay's defense. That zone cut. So I mean. It could be
minus Darrelle Revis though. That's
and I mean, obviously, LaShawn McCoy is playing very well this year, so it'll be interesting to see, what goes down in this game. If they lose, it's not the end of the world, obviously.
I think but I think the way this division's going, Tyler, this is big here. I think. I don't think. I think here the winner here has an advantage of winning the division.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, that's
and the Eagles. The Eagles' only losses thus far are all in the AFC too, so they can.
No. But I'm just saying here is that both teams are undefeated in the division right now.
Yeah.
And by all destinations, the winner here probably will finish undefeated in the division.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, unless they got to play the Cowboys again too.
Yeah,
so.
and like I said, that might be where non-conference comes into play too. There, but as of right now, I think this is a big game to determine who's going to have
change the tide.
An easy track, I think, to the division. I think because at this point, New York's done. I do think they are going to win a couple of games this year. Not just
Eventually,
one. They're going to
yeah.
win a couple of games. They're going to face somebody that's going to
Eventually,
that
yeah.
they're going to be able to finally get over the hump with. Washington, I think is going to have a decent year still.
Yeah.
I still think maybe RG3 hasn't fully recovered from this ACL deal. Maybe physically, but I don't think mentally he's there yet. And I also think this whole switching the offense around has really screwed everything up. I think in Washington to do, and maybe a rough year for Mike Shanahan. Maybe in the offseason if something doesn't start turning positive for the Redskins. But I think this is a big game, at least determining who's got a fast track to the division. Because, like I said, after this, it's New York again.
Yeah.
And then we face Oakland. And, I mean, like I said, I think those are two manageable games. But then, like I said, Green Bay's on the list. And then Washington's back on the list again.
Yeah.
Then we have our bye week finally. And then we have a very interesting random group of teams leading up to that game against Dallas again. It's
between Arizona,
Minnesota, Chicago, and by the way, hearts go out to Adrian Peterson. Guys had a very rough week.
Yeah,
it
was a dramatic week.
Oh, definitely. When I heard that story, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the guy was going to play still.
Yeah,
but I guess he needs something to get off his mind here because, first of all, you lose your kid at a young age, but second of all, how he lost.
He didn't even he didn't even know he was, from what it sounds like, he didn't even really know it was his kid.
But I mean for him, and especially with this the way I think his season's been going so far, this has been definitely a interesting year for Adrian Peterson here. But definitely our hearts go out to the Peterson family for the tragedy that they experienced a week ago.
Yeah.
I just figured I should mention that because, like I said, I could not believe the story when I heard it. I mean, a 2-year-old getting beat up. I mean, that's
Well, I think the bigger issue is the guy that did the crime, so I guess that'll wrap things up here for this big week here in the NFL, the rivalry week. Coming up against the Cowboys. Stay tuned for next week. Talk about the game right here on TW Sports Talk.